Hello my guys, welcome to another episode of the Microwave Kicks. Yes, today we have quite some few stories concerning Chelsea and other club related issues concerning Arsenal and other clubs as well. So let's get into it as quick as possible. If you're new to this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell and be part of this family. So let's get straight into it. Now let's talk about Nicolas Jackson and Noni Madueke. First, Nicolas Jackson has been attracting interest from Atletico Madrid, Now, according to Eduardo Bogos, he said Nico Jackson and Madueke will leave Chelsea this summer. So I think he's very sure. I think this quote or this story is actually coming from L'Equipe. He said Nico Jackson and Noni Madueke will leave Chelsea this summer, almost certain. Several Premier League clubs and Spanish team, Atletico Madrid, have inquired about the striker. Madueke is a target for Arsenal, but in Spain, Atletico see him as a market opportunity. So this thing is Jackson, who initially played for Villarreal at La Liga, right, came to Chelsea and he didn't really meet up with so much expectation and the pressure of the Chelsea team. To me, I think Jackson did well in the first year. I don't want Jackson to leave. That's for my own thoughts right now. I don't want Jackson to leave. I want him to actually have this battle and this competition with Delap. I think he should stay, but the Chelsea owners and sporting directors actually think differently right now. They see these two players as an 100 million opportunity on the market to get in selling them and letting them go. But I think, as a Chelsea fan, right, I think these two players should stay. Yes, Estaval is coming in. I understand. But Estaval can play in either wings. Noni Madueke can play in either wings, right? We already have a proper left winger, which is Gittins. So I think keeping Noni Madueke should be the best thing, only if we don't get Kudus. But if we get Kudus, then that's an upgrade to Noni Madueke. And we can let him go. That's not a problem. So I think it's if they go to Atletico Madrid, it's not in the Premier League, so I don't have a problem with that. But if you remember, the last time we got the player from Atletico Madrid, which was a year ago, it wasn't nice. It wasn't a nice buy for Chelsea. So now let's move further. There's another team as well who are actually interested in Noni Madueke, not just Atletico. Now, according to Eurofoot, Arsenal don't intend to stop at Eberechi Eze. Remember, Arsenal so interested in Eberechi Eze, who is already 27 years old. They also made an offer to sign Noni Madueke, 23, from Chelsea. I think Noni Madueke is a very, very good and a talented player. That is why clubs like this are actually interested in signing him. All right. So at this point, the Chelsea directors have a different aspect of how they want to conduct business. They have a different aspect as they are this. Their business actually done. All right, so let's see how that goes. For Nicolas Jackson, is also drawing interest from Aston Villa. Aston Villa right now are putting I think Manchester United right now are actually interested in signing Ollie Watkins, and that might actually cause a domino effect whereby if Manchester United signs Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa might actually go after Nicolas Jackson. So apart from Atletico Madrid, Nicolas Jackson is actually drawing interest from Aston Villa as well, because I got a report yesterday concerning Juventus also interested in signing Nicolas Jackson. So definitely it's going to see suitors on the market. People are actually going to come, calling in to actually get his signature. Now, right now, we have Atletico Madrid, we have Juventus, we have Aston Villa, secretly interested in signing Nicolas Jackson. But to me, as a Chelsea fan, I don't think it's best to actually let him leave. I think he should stay and fight it out with Delap to be who's going to be the number one. See, one thing about competition is the fact that competition actually pushes you to be the best in that particular department. Once you have competition, it actually makes you be on your edge. This whole issue about him suffering with discipline issues or getting unnecessary red cards, those issues have to stop, because when you have somebody behind you that's going to take your place, I think you have to step up your game. And the only reason or the only issue why I think we might actually lose Nicolas Jackson if Chelsea actually signs an upgrade, because if you're not going to sign an upgrade to Nicolas Jackson, why the hell are you letting Nicolas Jackson leave? Because I think he's a very good player. His hold-up play is 100. His ball carries is very good. The only thing he needs to add to his game is finishing products. That's his end point, you know. So, that's it about that. Now, to Arsenal. Arsenal, according to L'Equipe, right? Arsenal don't need to stop at Eberechi Eze, because Arsenal are very, very close right now to signing Eberechi Eze. You know, they want to play him from the left wing. Yes, Arsenal was initially interested in Rodrigo, but Eberechi Eze is another opportunity on the market for Arsenal, and they want to play him on the left wing. Now, for Eberechi Eze, is the kind of player that can play in the left wing, in midfield, anywhere across the front line. You know, that's how good he is. He knows how to create. See, he breeds a proper Arsenal player. He breeds a proper, you know, player that would actually suit the Arsenal system. He breeds that player that you could see him, how he plays, how he makes things easy, how he controls the ball, how he controls the midfield, how he creates those passes, how he creates those line-splitting passes. That is a typical Arsenal player. The way he plays, he suits the Arsenal system. So I think at the end of the day, because I've made videos, a whole lot of videos concerning Eberechi Eze. At the end of the day, let's not talk too much about him. It's going to suit the Arsenal system. But if Arsenal adds Noni Madueke to the team, I think we are strengthening our opposition. We are strengthening, you know, people who are actually competing with us for the league title and for trophies in England. So rivals don't need to be strengthened by opposite rivals. So I think the best thing, if Chelsea actually wants to let Noni Madueke leave, is for him to go, you know, probably to Atletico. Maybe that would be the best for him at this point. You know, so Arsenal are not just interested in Eberechi Eze. Arsenal are also interested in Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers, you all know how good Morgan Rogers was for Aston Villa last season. He's one of the best players in Aston Villa. In fact, one of the first names on the list for Aston Villa. Such a very, very good player. Such a very young talent who came for the Manchester City Academy factory as well. You know, there you have players like Gittins, Palmer, you know, and all those players who came from the Manchester City Academy. And Chelsea have actually got a few on their hands as well. So having, you know, Morgan Rogers actually, you know, join Arsenal will be one of the best piece of business Arsenal has actually done this season. And at the end of the day, if Arsenal sign these three players I've actually called now, Eberechi Eze, Noni Madueke, and Morgan Rogers, I don't think there's any need to sign Rodrigo anymore from Real Madrid. So I think it's going to be a very, very good one for Arsenal if actually eventually pulls the plug and, you know, signs these three players. But at the end of the day, Chelsea will be actually strengthening our rivals and our opposition if we let Noni Madueke leave for Arsenal. I prefer he goes to Newcastle, because Newcastle are not going to compete with Chelsea for the league title. So it's better for me if he goes to Newcastle than Arsenal. So he would not even want to go to Arsenal because of the fact that he knows he's not going to be a starter. Yes, he can play in either wings, but he's not going to be a starter because Arsenal, at the end of the day, they have Saka, you know, on the right wing, and Noni Madueke prefers the right wing as well. So it is what it is. Let's see how it goes. And like I said earlier about Manchester United, if Højlund leaves and goes to Inter Milan, Manchester United are willing to go into the market and sign Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins will be a likely replacement for, you know, Højlund, and it will fit the system. Why? Because he obviously already has this Premier League experience. Yes, his age is 28, 29 year old, I understand. But what he has produced for Aston Villa over the years, he has the experience. He can be a second striker, all right? But he can also be a first striker for Manchester United, because he definitely produces goals, you know, on all fronts. So he's a very, very good striker. He can play in that system. He can drop deep, he can play in the midfield, and he's very fast. He's a goal poacher. He has an eye for goal. He scores goals for fun as well, you know. For Aston Villa, and he could do that as well for Manchester United. And he's an England international. You understand the style of play. He can actually drop deep, play on the wings. He's this kind of serious kind of player that when it comes to getting the deal done, when it comes to scoring goals, he can do it, you know, for Manchester United. And now we have another story concerning Chelsea as well. Now it's concerning the goalkeeper department. Now, according to Kit Donny, he said Sunderland have made an inquiry to Chelsea over a move for goalkeeper Djordje Petrovic, but face competition for Bournemouth. So now we have 2 clubs actually interested in Petrovic. To me, I felt Petrovic was supposed to go for a club who is probably playing in Europe. Big clubs playing in Europe already, probably Champions League or European League place. But right now, I think those clubs are not willing to spend big on goalkeepers. Now, it's left now to the Premier League clubs who are willing to pay that amount of money. As it stands now, Chelsea are not willing to let him stay. Chelsea are not willing to let him join the squad because of the fact that he has to commit to be, a second choice. And he doesn't want that. He has already been a second choice, when he came to Chelsea, and he, took the first spot when Kepa was actually benched. When he took the first spot last season, according to when Sanchez actually came in and got the shirt back, and he was loaned out to Strasbourg. He did well at Strasbourg, player of the season, qualified Strasbourg to the Conference League place. Now it's time for him to actually make the big move back to Chelsea to be the #1 goalkeeper. And when he came back, he had issues with image rights. He had issues concerning the fact that when it comes to business as a whole, because he's willing to be the #1, and Chelsea are not willing to give him that spot because Sanchez already has that spot. So at the end of the day, now he's willing to leave because he said he's not going to go to the Club World Cup, and he's willing to leave. So at this point, Chelsea are placing a 30 million euros on his head, and that's a 25 million pounds. And the only Premier League clubs now are willing to splash that cash. Bournemouth right now does not have a #1 goalkeeper because Kepa has actually left Bournemouth and has gone to Arsenal. Now, at this point, Bournemouth needs a goalkeeper. Sunderland also needs a goalkeeper. They were interested in Borka, the former Chelsea youth player rather, and who played for Nice for so many years. Is interested in going to Saudi. That is Nyon. All right. Now, Petrovic is interested. Sunderland is interested in signing Petrovic to be their #1 goalkeeper of the season. That same Sunderland has just signed Habibi from Strasbourg. All right, that's the Chelsea sister club. So they are going into the market and they are not taking a no for an answer. Like, they are going and getting their targets as quick as possible. So it says, newly promoted Sunderland are hopeful of completing a deal with Chelsea valuing the goalkeeper at 25 million. At this point, Sunderland is making me feel like, brother, hey, brother. You know what I mean? Like this Asian guys, I love them so much. Just Lebanese guys. Like, when they tell you, hey, brother, they know what they mean. Like, they understand the fact that this is what they want, And that is what Sunderland need at this point, because Sunderland are going for, a very, very good and quality goalkeeper who has a very bright future ahead of him. So it says, newly promoted Sunderland are hopeful of completing a deal for Chelsea, valuing the goalkeeper at 25 million. The deal is yet to be advanced, and other clubs in Europe are also keeping tabs of him. I'm sure he's going to get suitors elsewhere. Southampton or Sunderland missed out on Polish goalkeeper international Marcin Borka, but like I said earlier, who opted for Nyon in Saudi Arabia. Sunderland also agreed a 17.5 million deal for Union SG for defensive midfielder Noah Sakiri earlier today. So they are signing players as quick as possible over there in Sunderland. So it's a very, very good one. And this is to confirm the deal for Sunderland. Sunderland have agreed a deal to sign Habibi, a club record £30 million from Strasbourg, as per Fabrizio, who actually broke the news. The Black Cats will pay 27 million up for then 3 million in add-ons. Senegal midfielder Diarra is a direct replacement for Joe Bellingham, and with all his fees show. So the thing is, Joe Bellingham, who moved to Borussia Dortmund, needed a replacement at Sunderland, and they opted to go for Habibi Diarra, who did so well at Strasbourg. So it's a very, very good signing. So it is what it is. Please let me know what you think about all these stories I've actually dished out today. Let me know what you think about every one of them. Until I come away again next time, always subscribe, hit the like button, share this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until I come away again next time, I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.